Ah. Hit the button. The button to turn on my microphone so that you can hear me. Thank you for the raid on Pucamilla. Thank you, Vespa the Vespa, for being a raider. It's this scene that I want. The scene that I called Scene 3, because that's just the default name for this scene. Ooh, there's nothing here. There needs to be something here. Let's add. So by the way, this stream, I've spent many hours preparing for this. I feel like I haven't prepared at all for this. So such is the nature of this. So for context for what this is, well, first of all, why did someone else make an emote with my game logo? I don't know, but I thought it was funny that that was the case, so I added it to my channel. It's the only reason why I added it to my channel. So for context, there's this marathon called the Big Bad Game-A-Thon, which is a marathon for speedrunning bad games. And last year, I ran a couple games for this marathon. I ran The Adventures of Mr. Bobley, which is a classic bad game on this channel. If you give me $25, well, if you give me $12.50 and give Twitch $12.50 as well, you can access a Mr. Bobley emote for 30 days. Because it's my $25. It's my tier 3 sub emote. I don't think anyone in the history of my stream has ever had that emote. I don't think anyone has ever had the tier 2 emote either, honestly. Which that emote, I like the WoW emote. It's just I've never had a place to put it other than there. I don't have enough slots to make it a tier 1. Maybe one day. Oh yeah, there is the other Bobley emote for if you use Frankerface Z. Is there two of them? Do I have the non-Mr. Sarcastic emote? Is it just Mr. Sarcastic? It might just be Mr. Sarcastic. Oh no, I have Mr. Happy as well. But anyhow, I ran that game. I also ran a game you've probably never heard of before called Salamander County Public Television. Because it was on AGDQ in the awful block, which I thought was funny that it got put in the awful block. So it's like, you know what? I'll run it in the Bad Game-A-Thon because it's apparently a bad game. I thought that was funny. I think people like that. So I had ideas for what game to run for this year if I wanted to make a submission for this year, and it quickly got a bit out of hand, which is to say, this is not a game. This is games. If no games get cut from this is like 100 games. This is too many games, probably. We might have to cut some games from the submission if this runs too long. I'm hoping this is around an hour. Maybe a bit more. But if this is more than like 90 minutes, we'll probably have to cut some stuff. Anyhow, I am first going to add to the screen, because you've just been seeing like a black screen for minutes. That's not good stream. At least have this on the screen. Little stopwatch. Little timer there. So it looks like a speed run. So I moved I have a very weird monitor setup, which is to say my main monitor is a 4K monitor, but the resolution's at 200% scale, so it looks like a 1080p monitor. But then I have two side monitors that are both 1600 by 900 monitors at 100% scale, and the different scaling for different monitors. Windows turns out it doesn't really support it, so I dragged my Excel window over, and it became like 2 pixels big, and it was very funny. Make my submission a black screen. I could. I'm not going to, but I could. So hopefully this works. Actually, I'm going to turn on desktop audio capture for this because there are so many different sources that I think trying to set it up properly is just not going to work. So we'll just record desktop audio, and if anyone pings me on Discord, you're going to hear that, but not unless I enable streamer mode. Now you won't. Don't even try. Streamer mode is enabled on Discord. But if you hear any, if Windows wants to say, hey, you got to update Windows, maybe you'll hear that. I see that ping. You didn't hear it though, because I have streamer mode enabled. So the way this is going to work is I have a folder here with every game in it, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to start with like an explanation of what this is, because that's important. I haven't even properly told you all what this is yet. So basically, you may know me as the guy that made Salamander County. However, I also made games before I made Salamander County. There's Taco Tom 2, of course. There's other games on my website. But I've made like dozens of games over the years. I've made games since I was like 9 years old and didn't know what I was doing. But I still have all those games. And most of them aren't very good. You know the saying, your first 10 games are bad? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Well, anyhow, I've made far more than 10 games. I've made far more than 10 bad games. But we're gonna take a look at a ton of games that I made as a kid. And we're gonna start off with the very first game I ever made. And hopefully all these games capture properly. This is partially a test to make sure that works. Make sure everything is working properly. I think it should work, but if it doesn't, I may stop the timer at some point and fix it and then resume the timer. So the first game I ever made was a game called Aardvarkoid. And I didn't really make this game so much as I read the instruction manual in Retro Gamer magazine on how to make it. Because for Christmas one year in 2004, I believe, I got Retro Gamer issue 10. And back in the very early days of Retro Gamer, they actually came with CDs for every issue. And on these CDs, they had a bunch of like demos of games. But this one had the Games Factory on it, the full version of the Games Factory on it, which I don't know if you're familiar with like Click and Play or Click Team Fusion. It is basically a version of that. It came after Click and Play, but before Multimedia Fusion 2 / Click Team Fusion 2.5. So this is basically just all these templates on how to make a game were supplied with this disc, and I basically built it. And that was the first game I ever made. So I'm going to start the timer, and we are going to play Aardvarkoid here. And also, this game has no sound. Most of these games have no sound. So actually, I meant to turn on a music playlist for these first few games that have no sound. But I forgot to do that, so I'll do that for the next game. Or is the Aardvark? I don't know. So fun facts about this game. The ball bouncing is completely random. So you can see here it is just bouncing from side to side. I cannot hit it with my paddle. It is not hitting any blocks. Now it has decided to randomly stop doing that. You'll notice I can move my paddle up and down because I didn't properly secure it. ball will just go through blocks sometimes, but not all the time. Each time you lose a life, the board resets. It's a very basic game. Part of that comes down to the guide being very basic, and part of that comes down to me not really knowing what I was doing at this point in time. I remember consulting this guide multiple times for how to like start out and make a game. That might actually be a fun stream idea at some point to remake this using the magazine, because I still have the magazine. Magazine is how I first learned about the F word, by the way, because I used that in the magazine. And I was like, ooh, that's a new interesting word I haven't heard before. I wonder what this word means. I said it to myself a few times, and I was like, this might be a bad word, but I don't know for sure, so I'm just going to call it a moderate word. And that was how I learned about the F word. Also, kind of struggling to hit these last few blocks because the game kind of sucks and I have no control over it. The ball just moves randomly. There are 5 levels for this, however, for our sanity, I will only run the first level. And also because I think it would be difficult to actually beat all 5 levels. So here is the second level, which you can see is even harder. I'm just going to lose and enter my high score. And we're going to move on to the next game I made, which is called Ball Hitter. And the thing about Ball Hitter is that you want to avoid hitting the balls. That's the that's the gameplay here. If you hit a ball, you lose a life. I lost a life there, which is actually quite annoying because at every 50 points you advance to the next level. So I kind of screwed up at the worst possible opportunity there. So each level adds an additional ball, but that additional ball does not have collision, so it just flies off the screen. And the third level here is the last... Excuse me. It's the last level. So that is... We have won the game. We have completed Ball Hitter, which you can see uses all the same assets as the first game. This next game is called Flyer Bricks. Also uses all the same assets as the first game. So this is more like the first game, except the bricks fly around, and you have to hit the bricks. This has 3 levels. We will try to complete all of them. This game's also broken. If you game over once, you'll start with -1 lives, and you can just have infinite lives. At least this game is named appropriately, unlike Ball Hitter. Should be called Ball Not Hitter. Here we go. So next up is Alien Hunt. This is the first game where I use different graphics. Alien forces have come to planet Earth and you're planning to destroy the world. You have to stop the aliens by shooting them. There are 2 screens in this game. So we're just going to shoot all the aliens in both screens. And then we're going to go over here. Oops, you can't go here in the demo. While we beat Alien Hunt. Speedrun strats there include jumping, because that's faster than walking. This game is called No Name Yet. There is no gameplay in this game. I never programmed it, so we have essentially beaten this game. Then we got Carble. I was proud of this one. By the way, I have still forgotten to play the music, so let's do that. I have a playlist of all of the songs from Salco and Taco Tom 2. Might be a bit quiet. I'm going to turn up the volume. Hopefully it's not too loud now. So Scudibus Games was like the name of my game studio before it was... before it was Tin Zone, it was Tin and Ink. And before that, it was Scootibus Games. And this is Carvel, and this game I was proud of back in the day. An experiment gone wrong leaves only the heroes of Carvel Incorporated to destroy the creatures of the experiment. Up, move up, down, left, move left, right, flash, attack. Alright. So the goal here is we hit that block. First game with the sound effect, by the way. Destroy that. And then, again, this game has the glitch where if you run out of lives, you just have infinite lives. So we beat Carvel. Next up is Springo. I'm gonna press F2 to restart it. You can see the character falls through the ground. They cannot be controlled. We have completed Springo. Next up is Ping Pong. Scootibus Games is back. Scootibus Games presents Ping Pong. And if you didn't get that message the first time, now the letters are bigger and in red font. Again, this is all there is of Ping Pong. We've completed the game. Next up, we're actually going to pause the playlist because this game has a script, or rather a narration.
Hello, I am Mr. Rollabody Scientist here in the warehouse. Hi, I'm Pinky from the United America. I need your help. Everything in my warehouse has gone kaput. The computers, my cars, my boxes, even my shirt. I can help. Oh, good.
Oh, sorry. Oh, did I completely break it?
Hello, I am Mr.
We have to listen to this
Rollabody
again. I'm sorry. I clicked out the window.
Here
Very important
in the warehouse. Hi, I'm Pinky.
that we hear what I had to say in 2005 when I was
need
9.
your help.
Might be a 2006 by now. I don't know.
My warehouse
Don't remember.
has gone kaput.
I have to
The
check.
computers, my cars, my boxes, even my shirt. I can help. Oh, good. Each room can be various. Example, this room is a shooting room. Other rooms can be rooms like a mazes. I don't know what they're going to be because I've never been there, but if you can go for all 10 places, well, find an exit and then help me. We are going to get it done. Don't you think? Are you going to do it? Yes, I will. Well then, let's us do it. And please hit the up, left, or right arrow to continue.
Thank you, 9-year-old me, or was I 10 at this point? Let's see. This was December 18th, 2006. I was 10. So let's play this game. So there are 4 rooms that have things you can do in them. This room you can do things, but if you hit the spacebar 3 times, the game just closes. So let's actually try and beat the levels that can be beaten. So here's one. Just clear all those things. Here's a Pac-Man level. If you collect the star, it defeats the enemy. Also, if you move the mouse too quickly here, you can clip through these walls. So useful speedrun strats there. Here is that level, which is just Kaboom. And there's one more, which is this one, which cannot actually complete, as far as I can tell. So we've completed what there is of the warehouse game. It's not a complete game, but more complete than most of the last few games we looked at. We now enter. Oh, one more game until we enter the year 2007. This is still 2006. This game is called Money Hunt. So the goal here is we are this this crate, this brown box. We're bouncing around and we want to collect all that money on the top of the screen. The only way you can control the box is by hitting the space bar whenever it touches money. Whenever it touches one of the green monies. If it touches the yellow money, it keeps going. And it just bounces randomly. So this is the game that you have no control over other than you just hit the space bar at certain times and hope that you can complete it quickly. So this is a great game for speedrunning. This is a wonderful game for speedrunning. And that's why we're playing Money Hunt. I realized I forgot to perform a setup step, but that's okay. That step is not needed for some time. Will we collect this in 18 seconds, or will we fail this speedrun? I will not try again if we fail. Oh, almost. That could have been it. I don't think it's gonna happen. No, game over. Oh well, unlucky. We did not complete Money Hunt. Now we move on to 2007 with Nathaniel Paul's Flyerama. That's my name. So we're the spaceship and we gotta collect the money. I have completed Nathaniel Paul's Flyerama. Next up is Simple Stunts. Scootibus Games presents a UPA Today game. With cooperation from Scootibus Games, the name of the game is Simple Stunts. We have completed Simple Stunts. I press the space bar. That's all you have to do in that game. As far as what UPA is, we'll get to that soon. That's going to be very important here. Actually, quick adjustment on the volume here. I'm going to lower it on my end and then increase it on OBS end. It's a bit loud on my end. Alright, next up is called A Game. Scootibus Games present a UPA Today Incorporated production. A Game. Begin. So this is like a Wario-esque game. We've completed A Game. We did the 3 levels there. I don't even have time to explain them. The UPA stands for United Pets of America. I will quickly explain what that means as I do these. A lap around each of these tracks. A good faith lap around each of these tracks, must be said, because there's no rules or regulations regarding them. So, United Pets of America, back in the day, starting around 2005 or so, I made a bunch of comics starring my stuffed animals, and they lived in a country called the United Pets of America. I actually get to do this one again because there's 2 tracks. And eventually it became much more than comics. Became a bunch of games, which you will see shortly. It became a short video series. I filmed a bunch of videos with the characters as a kid. Some of those are kind of hilarious to watch back today. I made a book. I made a whole bunch of things. Basically all forms of media that you could make as a kid involved in UPA at some point in time. We've done a lap. That is that game done. What about this game? This is Honey's spaceship. So Honey is a character in the UPA. That's her on the bottom left. She's just tilted sideways for whatever reason and is unable to move. So our goal here as the spaceship, which Honey is apparently not in, is to just fly to the right side of the screen. By the way, the spacebar does nothing. It does not shoot. The text is wrong. But we'll get there soon. Completed Honey's spaceship. Oh, the timer was blocking Honey? Okay, hold on. Let me move the timer so you can see Honey. This is the first sprite I ever added in the game. You need to see it. Oh yeah, mouse keys. Everyone's favorite kind of key, the mouse key. Alright. We need to pause the music because the next game is called Sim Santa and it is lost media. At some point between moving across computers, somehow Sim Santa did not get copied. I do not believe there is any copy of Sim Santa that still exists. However, 3 sound effects from this game do exist, and I would like to play those sound effects. This one is called Thanks Santa.wave.
Thank you, Santa Claus!
This is
Thank you, Santa
Oh,
Claus!
don't loop. This is SantaHurt.wave.
Ugh.
And this is DyingBird.wave. That is all that remains of Sim Santa, apart from one sprite, which you'll actually see later on. Next up is called Atlantica. So this is another unfinished thing. The speedrun here is to click all the buttons, none of which do anything. We've completed Atlantica. We've pressed the $956 build button, the FM40 button, and the V-Many button, among others. This one's called Colors. We've completed Colors. And now we must pause the music again. For now, we branch away from the games factory. So far, every game we've looked at, the ones I made in 2005 through 2007, they've all been made in the games factory. But I took it upon myself, and I should have set this up earlier, so give me just a moment here. I took it upon myself to learn a new programming language. One that's maybe one of the more prestigious languages today, in fact. I am, of course, talking about, once it loads, I opened up the wrong thing. Give me a minute. Oh, was not even saved. Well, I'll let you see this. We're in virtual machine territory here. I wonder if anyone can guess what this is going to be. Oh no, my active desktop. How will we ever see my Wendy's desktop background? By clicking this button. The answer is... Wait for it, where is it? Oh, way over here. The best programming language, Microsoft PowerPoint. I made a game in Microsoft PowerPoint, and we're going to play it. And this game has music. That's why we're running it in PowerPoint 97. Because PowerPoint 97 had a thing called custom soundtracks. It's just like, it procedurally generates MIDI music. Which I think is really cool. Even today. So let's click on the dog for instructions here. Let me also turn up the volume a bit. But click on only things that make your pointer turn into a hand. Use the left mouse button to click. Have fun. Alright, let's do it.
Get ready to play.
There's a good amount of cutscene dialogue here. So this is a 100% playthrough. We're going to look at all the scenes.
Honey's house. Take stairs.
So we're going to take the stairs. Here's Honey's house.
Hi there, I'm Honey. Welcome to my house.
Take a look at her TV. They're talking about the goat stealer.
Most info on the goat stealer information we have so far.
Alright, we gotta stop the evil fishy.
What are we ever going to do to stop that evil fishy officially free?
Well, there's this computer that mysteriously appeared here that was your TV. So I guess we'll click that. Oh man, UPA trivia. Thank you for the question. If anyone's ever played Salamander County Public Television before and you've seen the Trivia Palooza commercial in that game, one of the questions is this. This is where it came from. The answer is, of course, honey, but we'll pick a different one so we can see this screen. Nope, sorry. Try again. Let's try again.
Hello, people of the UPA. I am Toboggan, the president of the UPA. Congratulations on getting the tornado question right. I guess you've read the UPA comic number 2 before. Either that or you guessed. But
We've all
what
read
we
the
need
UPA
your
comic
help
number
for
2 here.
is very serious. We need you to stop fishing. If you don't stop fishing, the UPA will come to an end and fishing will take over it. So please take action immediately. Signing off, Toboggan.
I just realized I forgot to put the chat on the screen. Not that it really matters, but I would like to do that. Like I said, this stream kind of a disaster. Alright. I believe the chat is on screen now. We'll have to see when someone chats. Alright. So now we're here. Oh wait. Oh, we messed up the speedrun strats. If you wait too long, the plane goes by and you cannot click until it reaches the other side of the screen. So that's time loss.
Hi there, I'm Penny. I lost my keys and I think I put them in my car by accident. Now my car's locked and I can't get in it. And now because I can't get in it, I can't get my salmon and then I'm gonna die of hunger because I won't have anything to eat. Could you do anything to help me? Like, maybe you could get the keys out of the car. If you could, that would be a great help for me. Please try to get the keys out of the car. Please.
We gotta help this poor penguin get the keys. Oh look, it's the key under their car. It's bigger now.
Hey, you found my car keys. Thanks. There's a reward on the side of the car.
I mean, he's left us a reward. Let's check it out. What's this?
Congratulations! You just got the teleportation potion!
We got a teleportation potion. That's exactly what we needed, because we know exactly what we're doing in the story right now. Click on it to transport to another place. Well, we've done that. Forgot
I'm
about
Fishy,
that.
and are you wondering where you are? You're in my dungeon. That transportation potion that you got? Well, do I have to really say what it was? It was a trap. The only way out is the secret exit where I'm not telling you where it is.
I think I laughed a little too much there. Well, this suspiciously not black part of the screen. If we click on that, we get this.
What? You found the secret exit? Next time you come in, it'll be in a different place. Well, I guess you would. So, there are 4 doors per house. Go to the right one, and you'll get out of my dungeon. Go to the wrong one, and I won't tell you about it. But something will happen.
So since this is a 100% run, we need to go to the wrong door. I don't remember which one is the right door, but I know this one's the wrong one, so we're gonna click this. Gotcha, I win! Uh-oh. Guess we'll click this link. Or did I? I guess we'll click this link. What? And now we advance to where we would have had we clicked the right door. Let's take a look at this letter we have.
Bark! Come over to my house.
Alright, we'll come over to their house. Her name is Caramel, by the way. This door, we can't use that. We have to enter through the garage. No!
He will come back. I'm
He's
busy
back.
if he does. Because I now rule EDA. You are slave. You must do everything I tell you to do. Except nice. I hate nice. Listen, slip out of my mouth. If you do not obey my evil commands, you will be sent to the guillotine. And as soon as I see one from the shopping center. If you're wondering where Caramel is, well, she's in her house getting her belongings. But now that I think about it, you should stay here. I like it here. Follow me! Ha 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 ha!
The audio mixing in this entire game is incredible. Let's take a look at this phone.
Help! Help! Caramel, are you there? This is an emergency, please!
This is
Someone
Mr. Racer,
answer
by
the
the way.
phone. Rated interest that I am being captured by Fish's sidekick. All right. I might be exaggerating here, but Fish is only letting me have one phone call. Please, someone answer the phone. Help! Someone answer. If you would like to continue your call, please deposit 25.
We just click here and we hit the button. We don't click, we hit the button.
Thanks for answering.
And we have
I owe you a lot.
answered the phone despite the phone have already phone call ended, but we picked it up anyway.
Beep, 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 beep.
Alright, well, we've done that. So let's take a look at Fishy here.
What do you know? Great job, Fish. I knew you could count on you. And now I also know why I bought you those deals. You can
I cannot hear what you were saying at all, Fishy. Speak up, please. Oh, we gotta answer it quickly. Except we don't because we need to see all the screens. Now we answer it.
Okay, you win. I said you win, so now go.
You won the game!
Yay!
Would you like to play again?
So that picking 800 there is actually difficult because when the when it advances to a new scene, the cursor actually disappears for like half a second. So you only have like the second half of each second to click on the button. But we're gonna not play again. And we're gonna play the sequel. Now I must warn you, this is not as good as the first game. That first game was actually a complete game. This game is more like most of the other games we've seen, which is to say very incomplete. However, We're still gonna take a look at what's here.
I'll get you this time.
Yeah, this really is just a cash grab.
Click on fangs to make your pointer turn into a hand. Use the left mouse button to click. Have fun.
Have fun. If you don't have fun, I don't know what I'm gonna do to you. Oh no, it's Fishy chasing after the dog. Ah, there is the sun as it moves atop the trees. Oh my god, it's a plane crash!
Level 1. Save the people on the plane.
Alright, let's do it. Let's save these people. Mountain. We're clicking. We found the plane. That's the game. We completed the sequel. Like I said, don't get your hopes up. Alright, that's all the PowerPoint games that I made. So now, we continue on with our Games Factory games. We now enter the year 2008. Where we have a game called Honey's Battle that has actual gameplay here. Actual speedrun strats can be performed here. I don't necessarily think I'll perform them. This is actually one of the hardest games I have ever made, perhaps. Even if it is still all using just sprites that come with the Games Factory by default. So, I hope I don't have to explain that the physics of this game are kind of wonky. There we go. And we collect the orb and we win. Next up is UPA Racing. So this is the first game where all the sprites are actually made by me and not just pre-made assets. The goal here is to get to the top of the screen, and then there is a challenge once we reach the top of the screen. Gotta avoid these purple cubes. Finish. And now the challenge is to get as close to the edge here as possible without hitting the wall. And we've done that. We got a perfect score. That's UPA Racing. UPA Racing Training, I should say. Next up is the UPA game. So we are playing as Sputnik here, who you might recognize from Taco Tom 2. They're actually originally a UPA character. They have a long history. So the goal here is just to get to the end of the level. If you go in the water, fine, just slows you down a bit. We've completed the UPA game. Next up.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
This game's called Racing Prototype. This is probably the first game where it actually has music composed by me. I played this on a keyboard, put it on a floppy disk, and uploaded it into the game. And if you hit the opponent, it just goes backwards until the end of the lap. But we've completed a lap, and that means we complete a racing prototype. Now, if you wanted to hear that music, don't worry, you'll get to hear it again later. But first we must play Egypt Race, which we have now played, because there is no gameplay. And then we can play Pinball Mania UPA Edition. Check. Wait, this game I did not remember this game having the music. But anyhow, let's go to Norm's Market. So you control the ball with the arrow keys, or I should say the mouse keys, if Honey Spaceship's anything to go by. The pinball lever, whatever you call that thing, it does not interact with the ball. This is the only thing you can do, really, is just make the ball go up. So we have completed Pinball Mania UPA Edition by making the ball jump once. Next up is a game called Mach 3. This is a driving game. So the goal here is to complete as much of the lap as possible. And you'll see what I mean by that shortly. What was that purple thing? That was the, you know how like a pinball table has two levers. You press the button and it goes up and it flips the ball up. I cannot remember the name of it. It's one of those, pinball flipper. So the problem here is that the track is too narrow for the car to get through. So this is as far as you can get along the track. And you are able to go backwards if you want, but I'm not going to. Get to the other side. Guys, this next game, Super Mario.exe. Look, it's Mario. You can make him jump. If he can go off the screen, if you jump off the side of the screen, he respawns there. We've completed Super Mario. Next up, this is a rather timely game. It's the UPA Olympics. So there's two modes here, individual épée and a 100-meter dash. Épée has nothing, so it's just a 100-meter dash. We play as Sonic the Hedgehog. Hold the right arrow. Eventually we go up the side of the screen, and we've now completed the UPA Olympics. By the way, Sonic the Hedgehog, official member of the UPA. You know Super Smash Brothers? Well, I made one of those as well. This is UPA Smash Clash. This is not the only time we'll see this game, actually. So we can only be Sputnik, and there are 5 stages we can select, so we're going to do all of those. The goal here, just fall off the stage on every stage that we can. The Pengy Paradise. This is the downstairs 250. There's this car that if we touch it, it goes faster. The big cloud. And finally, this is Grogan's Point. There we go. We've beaten everything there is to do in UPA Smash Clash. And next up.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
This is quite loud. Here we go. Still loud. This is Sim Santa 2, the sequel to the game that is lost media. This is not lost, it is here. And I told you there'd be more Sim Santa. We got a sprite of what Sim Santa 1 looks like. And you can compare it with Sim Santa 2 sprite.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
We better have a good trip.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you. Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa.
I've delivered all my presents on schedule. The children will all be so happy.
Alright, so we have won, but this is a 100% run of Sim Santa 2. There are 3 ways to lose in this game. And we're going to lose in all those ways. Now, I made an error in my speedrun strat here. I should have lost the first time because the timer is bugged. You see, you keep all the time you had in the end of the last game when you play the next game, so we now have to wait an extra 20-some seconds. That was a critical error in my gameplay there. We just gotta wait 5 more seconds. By the way, this music is just...
I'm late delivering. my presents. The children will all be so sad.
It's just some Christmas music my dad found.
Ho, ho, ho.
Christmas MIDI.
Have a
It's
good
stuck
trip,
in here.
Santa Claus.
So that's one way to lose.
I'm late delivering my
Oh.
presents. The children will all
Yeah,
be so
you know how the timer
sad.
keeps your score, or it keeps your time? Well, it keeps your
Ho, ho,
time.
ho. Merry Christmas.
So I actually need to relaunch
Ho,
the game.
ho, ho.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
All right. Here's the second way to
Oof.
lose.
I ran into a house that didn't believe in me.
Ho.
Have a good trip, Santa Claus.
And the third
Thank
way
you, Santa Claus.
is to not deliver all the
Thank
presents.
you,
So
Santa
the
Claus.
the orange pipes are for you have to get all of those pipes, chimneys.
I've delivered all my presents on
And the
schedule.
purple ones give you points,
The
but you don't need to
children
do
will
those.
all
However,
be so happy.
sometimes the game breaks and you just win anyway.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Have
gonna
a
try
good
one more
trip,
time. I think
Santa
I know how to lose.
Claus.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
my
it.
sleigh is off course.
I was completely wrong. My memory was was wrong there. You go off the top of the screen and then you run off course.
Ho, ho, ho.
So that's Sim Santa. Next game is called John the Game. So my friend also made comics. He made comics called John, and this was a game based around those. So you're going to play this game, and I'm going to mess up, and we're going to have to start again. And I messed up again. Oh my god. Okay, great run so far. So this is probably, if we're talking about like games that were my best game up to that point, you had Carble, you could argue the UPA game, PowerPoint game, and I think this one was like my best game up to the point at which I had made it. This is a platformer with multiple levels. So each time you get hit, you lose 500 points. If you reach 0 points, it's game over, but we have plenty of points now. So now we have this boss, we have to hit these 6 switches. Which we have done. Then we move on to level 2, which is this snowy level. We gotta collect 30 coins here, and then there will be a box at the bottom of the level that we have to hit. So you cannot get 30 coins in one run. So I just like to stay in the middle there and then move over here. Get the rest of the coins here. Hopefully we can do it in two laps. Sometimes it takes 3, but we got it in 2. Alright. That was good. We skipped the cycle. We get to hear that song again. So now we're in this car with 4 wheels that go in any direction. You'll notice I hit an invisible block at the very start. That is because there's a thing there, but it's just invisible. It's not actually not there. So we gotta collect, I believe, 25 of these guys. Either that or 20. The number on the top left has to be 5 or less. So we're just looking for these guys. There's one in every corner. By the way, I think this guy's name was Dave. I don't remember for sure, though. And I think the sledding guy's name was Max. The guy we played as in the first level was John. So we need one more, then we have to go back to the center. We have done. We have to be careful here because it's going to launch squares. Yep, there's the squares it launches. And now we can go in. There's the picture that we hit before. And by touching that, we have beaten the demo. We have completed John. Alright. Next up. UPA Smash Clash is back. forgot about that. The goal here is to make both characters fall off Honey float. So we can play two characters now. Sputnik is controlled by the mouse, and the TDP, or the Dark Penguin, is controlled by the keyboard. We we have now completed UPA Smash Clash Beta 1, which I guess is Beta 2, but it's called Beta 1. This game's called Invisi. The idea is you have a stage and you can't see it, it's invisible. However, much like the first game we played, or one of them, you can just glitch through the level by moving the mouse quickly, and if you touch the pink cube, which we have now done, we have beaten Invisi. Next game's called Cotton Pocket Grab. There is context to this. This is the context is back in 7th, or I think 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, I don't remember. We had like an elective class, and I took mine on like healthy eating, and we learned that Hot Pockets have an ingredient that is essentially cotton in them. And so I made this Photoshop of Hot Pockets with cotton crust, and the teacher thought it was hilarious. And I also made several YouTube videos called Fake Foods, talking about bad ingredients in foods. There is nothing to do other than get a high score, which I have decided I have now done. I have put the no eat sticker on the Cotton Pockets 20 times. That's good enough. This next game's called Shoot the Green Things. We must shoot the green things. We've shot the green things. I actually made a PowerPoint on how to make a game using that as an example.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry
I know what you're thinking. You already played this game, and you're right. But this is a separate version of the game that I made. It's just called Some Santa, and it has a bonus. If you click on Santa, you get Arkanoid. Now, don't think that I've learned how to make an Arkanoid game yet, because I haven't. This is still just as random as the very first game I ever made was. The only difference is I made the bat slightly oval shaped, so that if you hit it on the edge, sometimes it bounces a bit in that direction, maybe? I don't even know if it does. But what we want to do here is that orange block there on the right. We want to hit that, because if we get that... Oh, we didn't get that. One more try. I'm not going to spend too long here. But if we get that, the ball will go through the blocks instead of bouncing off them. Okay, we didn't get it. So that... I've lost that speedrun, I have decided. Next game is the UPA Winter Pet Olympics. I had an Olympic font sprite, and then I didn't have that sprite, which is why that looks so weird. The goal here is to slide down the ski slope as Honey and fall off the side of the screen, which we have done. We have beaten that game. And now we move on to the second intermission. Please give me a second to set this up. So I made some Atari 2600 games for some reason. Why is the game not... Why can I not play the game? Commands. Reset. There we go. So the goal here is we are Norm, which is the purple alien. And we collect the Norm berries, which is the blue berries. And we have to do that 50 times. So you can only collect them if you're not moving on them. You have to stop moving each time. By the way, in terms of time scale, we are now in the beginning of 2010. So I would have been... this is January, so I would have been 13 when I made this. I don't know why I decided to make an Atari 2600 game, but I did. And here we are. A thoroughly exciting video game experience. If anyone would like to make retro achievements of this game, be my guest. I would love to, I would love to get the mastery for Normberry Hunt. And last one, and we did it, and we get a happy picture of Norm. Yay! All right. I made one more game. Oh, I ran the wrong game. My bad. It's default. So now we play as Honey, and we must shoot down this enemy that is chasing us, called Fishimot 2. This one was never really finished. As much as the last one was, there is no end goal here. It just goes forever. So I'm just going to hit the space bar here until I get 50 points. Just like the last game. As far as time goes, I can tell this is taking longer than I anticipated already. I'm still going to go through all 100 games, and then maybe after the fact feel like, hey, we're not going to do some of these for the actual run. I'll have to determine that. This is a very, this is a bit rougher than I would have liked a submission run to be, but it is what it is. So we have reached 50 points. I declare victory. And now we move back to the Games Factory games, where we have our next magnum opus game of its era. This game is dedicated to my geometry teacher. It's called Taco Salad PC. This is the first game I ever officially released in any capacity. By officially released, I mean I put it up on my website for free. You could not buy this game. I did not think this game was worth money. This game is not worth money. So we are this taco, and we are collecting these, this meat that's falling from the meat dispenser. And if we're lucky, some of these items will spawn. And if we're very lucky, we can hit the X there, which ends the game, and is much more necessary for speedrun purposes. Normally you don't want that, but for speedrun you do want that. And now we can play sour cream. The goal here is to avoid the sour cream, but we're gonna hit the sour cream, because that's how you end the game more quickly. I didn't know how to make items appear from a random part of the screen yet, so there's just three squares that move around randomly and dispense sour cream. When you get to 40 lives, they fall more rapidly. That makes it easier to lose. And the last one is packages, and would you believe it, it's Arkanoid again. It is Flyer Bricks again. I remade Flyer Bricks in the year of our Lord 2011. Let's see, we got one brick left. Also, the game pauses when the mini has to reload. That's fun. My taco paddle cannot interact with the brick. There we go. We done it. We did it. We have completed Taco Salad PC. I do want to show you the question mark, though, because it's kind of funny. What is this? Update 1.1 coming soon. There was no update 1.1, except there kind of was. You'll find out about that in a little bit. So when I released this game, Games Factory games require a DLL file called cncs32.dll. If they do not have that DLL file, they do not work. It is not included by default with games unless you manually say include it in the installation file. I didn't do that, so I had to make a troubleshooting program that adds that file in. This is that program. The program itself does no troubleshooting whatsoever. It just adds the file and just closes automatically. This is called Atlantica. So this is my attempt at a realistic top-down driving simulator. I downloaded a image of Tsukuba Circuit, and we are going to drive this dot around the track one lap. I tried to make the physics or the speed as realistic as possible. I think I made it a bit too slow. Especially in turning. It's very slow. We're going to do our best. We're going to make a good faith effort here. And do a lap around Tsukuba. Don't worry about me driving off the track. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about that gaping hole in the top right. It's fine. It's fine. All right, that's Atlantica. That's all that exists to that game. Now we have UPA Smash Class Beta 2. Now there's a health bar. Goal here is to win a match as each character. So I can just do this and defeat the Dark Penguin over and over again by hitting him with Sputnik with the mouse. And then I can hit the space bar and defeat Sputnik as the Dark Penguin with his shooty thing. There we go. That is that. So at one point I started making a fan game for a streamer called Monotone Tim. The only thing you can do is go into options and change the resolution to 1024 by 601. So I have done that, and we will move on to the next game. Another magnum opus of its time. This game is called Avoid the Sour Cream. Working title was called Creamed. I looked that up on Google one day. I decided to change the title. So this was going to be an Xbox Live indie game, if you remember those. I wanted to make this an Xbox Live indie game. I showed it to my dad. He said it sucked, and I lost all motivation. In retrospect, he wasn't wrong. Remember the sour cream game from Taco Salad? Yeah, it's that again. But now you're a potato? The goal here is to lose on all 3 difficulty levels. This is the longest one because it has the fewest things in sour cream. By the way, I still do not know how to spawn an item in a random coordinate. It is still just blocks moving around at the top. Which you can probably see by the pattern here. It's not random. But it does have a level system. Every 10 seconds it spawns sour cream more frequently. You have to hit new game to go back. Hey, it fades in. That's cool, right? This was never released in any official capacity, by the way. It did not actually become an Xbox Live indie game. It is the same taco sprite from Taco Salad. Thank you for the sub. I didn't realize you've been subbed the entire time. Since, or like for 26 months. I have not streamed for most of those months, but hi, hope you're doing well. I'm currently trying to lose in a game I made over 10 years ago. Which I have done And now I get to lose one more time in that game. I didn't know the timer actually stays in minutes when it goes over an hour. Alright, level impossible. It's true, it is better than it's saying in seconds. Alright, game over. So that is all there is of Avoid the Sour Cream, aka Creamed, aka the game I wanted to make an Xbox Live indie game back in like 2012. The next game is called Test Game with Quotes. The backstory to this is that there was on Twitch, you know how you have like your games you can choose from when you stream. There is a game called Test Game with Quotes, which wasn't a game, it was a test thing. Eventually it got removed, but I wanted it back, so I wanted to make a game called Test Game with Quotes. And we've completed the first 5 levels. Once you get to this level, I believe this level is unbeatable, so we've done that. Next up is Click Team Smash Bros. The goal here, click on all of these guys.
Whoa. Sweet!
I'll have more context for this in a bit, but there is no gameplay there. I made another attempt at that fan game for the Twitch streamer. I was talking about this one. Actually kind of looks better than the last one. The only thing you can do here is New Game, which takes you to this screen where there is nothing you can do other than walk around. So we have done everything there is to do here. Another game speedrun. Good job. So remember when I said there was no update to Taco Tom, or not Taco Tom, Taco Salad. We'll get to Taco Tom. Taco Salad, there was no update 1.1. Well, I tried to make one eventually. This is like in 2013. Just messing around. There is Lettuce Long Shot here, where I am this taco and I have to spin around and hit the lettuce to not lose, but we actually want to not hit the lettuce to lose, which we have now done. Wait for it. And then Tomato Terror is a game where you have to click on the tomatoes. You have to tap the tomatoes before they hit the edge of the screen and destroy it, Warlord style. And if they go off, no, it's not if they go off. If they hit everything, you lose. So we actually want to do nothing here and just let the tomatoes hit everything so we can lose, which we're about to do. There we go. So there's Taco Salad. This is going to be called Taco Salad Deluxe, but I never finished it. I'll hit F2 again. This is Snow Globe, by the way. It's one of my favorite things I've ever made. I don't know why. There's some art to this one, I think. There's also art to this one. It's called Sandwich Maker. We have the last few Games Factory / Multimedia Fusion 2 things here. None of these are very well thought out or well made or have much of anything to them. This is called Accelerama. It just randomly generates some roads here. This is Livestream Tycoon, which you cannot do anything in here, but it has a Nintendo 4DS in it, which I think is kind of funny. And now we move on from the weird Games Factory games I made as a kid to things that are a bit more structured. Can maybe start to see that we started in the year 2005. We moved on to 2013. I'm still not good at making games, but maybe I'm a little bit better than I was before. And here I may be a little bit more better than I was before. So these are games we made for a thing called Click of the Month on Glorious Trainwrecks. So we went from unironic use of like click and play Games Factory stock assets to now we're starting to move towards ironic use of those assets. So this is Ultimate Smash Bros. Click and Play Edition. This is a 2-player game. We're gonna try and win with both characters. This is like the final form of the game, Smash Clash.
Sweet! 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 Sweet!
Sweep one with the golfer. Swim with the skater, which is just move the golfer off the screen.
Sweet! 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 Sweet!
That's sweet. Next up is Race Triv. It's the divisive trivia racing game set in a box.
Beep. Beep.
So we got racing, we got trivia. The TV station WMNT was sold for how much money in 2010? That's $1.
Beep. 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 Beep.
Speedrun strats, you can skip the questions.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
Can't skip this one though. What font is used in the game Midtown Madness 2 is Skill Sam's MP.
Beep.
Sweet!
The orange car has won. Next up is The House. Oh, this is loud. Make it not loud. Welcome to Walter's house.
Whoa!
So we gotta avoid the orange here. We gotta avoid... But did I go the wrong way? I might have gone the wrong way here. Because there are 2 ways to go.
Uh-oh.
Cake.
Uh-oh.
We gotta advance through this screen, and this screen is kind of insane. You have to not hit any penguins. You have to get to the top of the screen.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
I'll try it a few times. I might
Uh-oh.
try a different strat here.
Uh-oh.
Almost.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever play tested this game. I don't know if that's possible. So we're gonna go to the right this time.
Blast. 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 Blast.
There we go. Left seems to work a bit better. We'll eat the ice lolly. We will avoid the computers. Whoops. We'll go back to the previous screen by accident. Gotta go to the left here. There we go. We gotta avoid this orange.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you... Okay, I see. We're going all over the place. So you go to the right
Uh-oh.
here.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Which may be easier.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, almost.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think I need to go back around.
Whoa! Blast. Blast.
This is a...
Blast.
Race Triv I did very good at. This I'm doing very bad at.
Blast.
Maybe I take back when I said I was marginally better at making games by this point. Okay, so do not go left, or you're in trouble. Now we can hit shift to shoot. We shoot vehicles, because of course you do. And this guy has like 300 lives, so we just get rid of all their lives. And we've won. So that's The House. This next game is called Roller Coaster Tycoon 4. So this came out before the real Roller Coaster Tycoon 4. You can place all sorts of objects here. You can place like a roller coaster. But we actually don't want to do that, because doing that gets you money. And we don't want to make money because we want to lose as fast as possible. The music for this was actually made by a friend of mine at the time. So we just sit here and wait for our park to perish, which is done. And that's our score. And we've beaten Roller Coaster Tycoon 4, which is better than the real game. Why are these all so loud? This is Click and Smasher, also known as Click and Stacker. I typoed the title of the game on the title. It's very good. So in this game,
beat,
we have 20 random objects and we must stack them. The goal is to get the tallest stack possible. It's not really a game you can speedrun very well, on the basis of you get one item every 5 seconds no matter what you do. However, the taller the stack is, the sooner the game will determine the height of your stack, which means that taller stacks are faster. And I'm gonna hope that this stays on the, well, it's not anymore. It is not gonna stay on the Conestoga wagon. It was never going to stay on it, but it would have been nice. It is hard to stack more than a few things on top of each other in this game. Oh my god, the best viewers on e4k.xyz. Making me ban someone during my own speedrun. Okay. Oh, I could have placed the okay block. That's a good block. That's a good block. It's large, it's square. The grandfather clock is not bad either. I'll just put a TV on it. Here we go. This is where the speedrun strats come in. This is not the worst run of all time. We did it. Quickly close it and move on to the next game. So this is the Oregon Trail, 6th edition. The instructions are don't die. So we will play arcade mode. The goal here, of course, is to die as fast as possible.
beat,
I think of all of the Click of the Month games I made, this might be the best one. You get the horse, you get a speed up bonus. Makes it easier to find things that'll kill you. Like that. You fail to follow the instructions. And that means we've completed our speedrun of the Oregon Trail 6th edition.
beat,
Speaking of B, just fly to the bumblebee. Instructions, you're the big bee, avoid blah blah blah. Don't hit the space bar, the game will break.
beat, 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 beat,
I hit the space bar. That'd be funny.
beat, beat.
So again, the goal here is to lose as fast as possible for speedrun purposes. Which we have now done. B. That's bees. And this is Halloween Bounce House. This is a weird game. Goal here is to rotate this bounce house one time. We failed to do so. We must bounce again. So every second the vampires multiply. When you touch a vampire, they all start hitting each other and they will disappear once they stop moving.
Goodbye.
I might do it. No, that's not gonna do it. Is it? Wait. Wait for it. I'll count that. That might be like 355 degrees. I'll count it. And this is the last Click of the Month game I made. Duels versus Train Cars, the ultimate battle. So this is kind of like Splatoon, but you are a car, and you're placing train cars, and the opponent is placing jewels. And our goal is to try and win. Also, it's crazy taxi music. Oh, I hope you can't get in trouble for playing a MIDI of this song. If there is a chance that'll be a possibility, then I'll either remove the music or skip this game in an actual run. Oh, I got the CD, it speeds me up. I win. Alright. So now we move on to early, which I'm gonna call this section early Tin Zone games. So we're gonna start with the game that is extremely loud again. Good thing we're doing this testing so I can lower all these game volumes. This was a new magnum opus game of its time. This is based off of Click and Smasher, Click and Stacker, Everyday Stacker. So we're just going to play around here. This still has the same strategy of build the tallest stack possible, for it is faster when determining your score. I released this game on Android on Google Play back in 2014. And it's... I don't know, it's kind of okay, maybe. Yeah, I think at this point we have definitely reached the part where, like, yeah, this game is better than, say, Honey's Spaceship. This game is battle. This game is better than John. This game is better than UPA Racing. This is kind of a sketchy stack, but that's okay. Oh, it's getting windy. Okay. So now wind is going to affect our objects, so we should probably not place them down anymore. Alright, gotta wait for those objects to settle. We did it! Alright. Next up is Ring Tapper. This game is kind of fundamentally broken. Because what you do is you have to tap when the ring is in the zone. But you can't tap too quickly. Like, every time you tap, there's like a half-second delay. And quickly, that delay becomes longer than the time you have to tap. It actually works better on Android, to be fair. So, I tried to get 50 points, but wasn't able to. Not gonna stress over it. You know, Taco Tom 2, believe it or not, there is a Taco Tom 1, and this is it. We're gonna try to get 10 points as fast as possible here. So this is a much simpler game compared to Taco Tom 2, just an arcade game where you have to collect one of each ingredient to score a point. Collect two of any ingredient, it is game over. There are no lives here, it is one strike and you're done like that. I'll give it another try. Goal here is to get 10 points because you get a recorded time if you can do that. Okay, one more time. I'll try the try changing the sound effects. There are two different sound effects options here. There is marginally more annoying and marginally less annoying. Everyone here loves Taco Tom. Okay, well, I've spent approximately 1 minute on this game, which is probably enough. I tried to get 10 points. I did not succeed. That's okay. Now we have reached the point where I need to change the setting, which I forgot to change, which I should be able to do by hitting this button. And hopefully it does not break anything. I don't think it broke anything. Alright. However, I now realize I never actually captured this, so 1 second, I must actually capture this window. Okay. Do I want to capture the cursor? No. Okay.
Julies.
This is Hoverboard Penguin. Oh, it... Why did it capture like that? What are you doing now? Hold on. There we go.
Julies.
F11 this. So this was early 2015 at this point. I wanted to make like a Super Monkey Ball game, but in 2D. But I never quite finished it, or did too much with it, because I could not get the controls to be good. They're kind of weird. Also, Gulby. The Pond 5 before Pond 5. Mess that one up. At least it's a game that can be conceivably speedran. Unlike a lot of these games that I am speedrunning. This one's fun because you just go backwards. You can go over small gaps. There you go. You can cycle skip that if you're good. I wasn't good the first time. Oh, did I... Okay, I forgot. You have to go full speed here. Why do the bumpers turn to look at you? I don't know. I guess I decided to do that at some point. Man, that is tight. You can definitely do it, but... There we go. There are 12 levels in this. Oh, I fell. Good level. And in fact, that's the last level. Because it resets. So that is... Hoverboard Penguin. Next up is a game I made for Ludum Dare 32 called Silverware Smackdown. So I am the fork on the left, I'm fighting the fork on the right. The goal is to win as quickly as possible. So this is kind of the inspiration for Revortia Water Balloon in Salamander County. Is that my actual microwave? Yes, at the time. I have a different microwave now, because that one broke, but That was my microwave at the time of making this. It's just my kitchen counter that I put a weird filter on. The thing about Ludum Dare is you have to make all your assets yourself. So, that's my real kitchen. This is my real fork, by the way. I still have this fork. I still regularly eat with this fork. That was unfortunate. Honestly, this is probably one of the better games that I've made, or at least of these browser games. First to 7, so we're 1 point away. Still 1 point away. And we've done it. So next up is another game I made called Robot Rumble. But I'm actually going to show you a few prototypes of this, because I have a number of prototypes of this game. So this is the first version of this game. Clearly not in a finished state, but the idea is you pick up these discs with your robot, and then you deposit them. And just like that, I have 1. So the more discs you have, the greater combo, greater score you get, and it builds up exponentially. However, that format was not kept. So now we have this prototype, which is different. So we have an AI there. The goal is to now collect discs and deposit them, but it's just 1 point per disc. Our goal here is to win. If you collect the red S disc, that gives you up to your maximum allotted amount of discs, so 4. When you get to 30 seconds, they're worth double. And when we get to 10 seconds, it's going to be worth triple. Yeah, once I learned physics, that's when things started to get good. Excuse me. Oh, I lost because I didn't deposit them. Actually, even if I gotten those, then I would have lost by a point. That's okay. That's okay. Here's another prototype. This is when I wanted to put this on like Android devices and tablets. This one is kind of janky. So the turning physics are different now. When you collect the discs, they sort of... Well, this can happen sometimes. They just get stuck. They're like put inside the robot, and it gets kind of janky. Well, anyhow, I don't even feel like I need to finish this because I've already gotten more points and the AI is just stuck. So I'm just like, I won. I did it. And then the last version here. So those first 2 were done with Clip Team Fusion. I actually switched engines and remade the game in Construct. And that's this. So we're going to go ahead and play the final version of Robot Rumble. So now does this actually go inside the robot? So it is completely physics-based. Any reason I dropped Robot Rumble? I mean, this is finished. It is up on my website. Oh wait, this got stuck. That's not good. I considered this to be a finished product at the time. And we win. So that is Robot Rumble Through the Ages. It's a neat little look at how a game can be made. Most of my games don't go through that many prototypes, to be fair. I mean, maybe Robot Rumble for Salco 2. I think there is something there. I also think this next game could also have a, if there is a Salco 2, could have a merit to being in that in some form. This is Tin Zone Driving Simulator 2015.5. So we are going to be player 1 here. This is a 16-player game. If you can get 16 players around one keyboard, you can all play this game. So the goal here is, so you accelerate automatically. You cannot slow down. And you can just steer in 90-degree angles. That's what we're doing here. This is actually based off a game I made for a programming class in high school in Basic, just Basic, I think, called Nathaniel Paul's Incredible Automobile Driving Simulator, and I wanted to put that in this speedrun showcase. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that game to work, so... Yeah, you might need N key rollover for this. The goal here... try and outlast all of the computer opponents. Honestly, I think the AI is pretty good in this. In terms of like when they crash. Oh, I crashed. But maybe they'll crash before 2:15? In that case, I still win. And it's the speed at which you crash. So if Brown gets slowed down by, say, the grass or the sand, still a chance. There's no chance. That's okay. That's okay. There are 3 tracks in this, but we'll just do this one, given the time. So now, we exit our Tin Zone browser games section, and we move on to what might be the worst thing ever made. This is made for Glorious Trainwrecks. This is, I'm going to be here for a while. This is called the Spin Spinner Dimension. Oh no, I just realized all of these games are going to load up at 100% volume. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Well, this is going to be where we lower the volume on all of these very quickly. Maybe? Maybe this game? I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. So what is Spin Spinner? You got a thing spinning. Oh, there we go. You hit shift. It's still very loud. You hold shift and it moves. And you don't want to hit those things, but you do want to hit that other thing. We've done it. Here's Spin Spinner 2. Counterclockwise. I'm going to try to be proactive on the audio here. I should have gone through all these and lowered it before. Here's Spin Spinner 3, Happy Pug Edition.
Good luck.
Spin Spinner 4, Sellout Edition. Spin Spinner 5, also Spin Spinner 4 Edition.
Now that was really
Okay, hold on. I need to load that again so I can lower the volume.
Now that was really stupid.
There we go. This Penguin Edition.
That was really stupid.
This one's called The Experience. Oh, this one I need to... You need to be quick here. I think I hit it. This one is hard to tell if you hit it or not. This one's a miniature edition. Wait, where am I? Oh, I see.
Now that was really Now that was really Now that was really Now that was really
Okay, I did it. This one's Hamburger Edition. Come on. Oh, this one's tough. Hamburger Edition's a hard one. There we go. This should have been in Salco, you're right. This one is B Edition. There's an inside joke here that I don't have time to explain. Oh, no, I need to close this one. I tried that one once. It literally broke the sound driver because it tried to play too many B's at the same time. I forgot about that. This one's actual B Edition. We got Sonic Edition. Oh my goodness. Is that the right one or the wrong one to hit? I don't remember. Well, we hit both of them. This is Creative Sound Blaster 16 Edition. This one has 2 win goals. There you go. This one is Serious Edition. This is Pizza Edition. This is Spin Edition. That's 20 edition. This one is Net edition.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
This one is Ha 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 edition. I don't remember the context of this. This is Cybercorn edition.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Did I do it? Did I win? I don't know if I won. I think I won. I'm gonna say I won. By the way, I should mention the context to all of these was a challenge on Glorious Trainwrecks to make 100 games in a day. So that maybe somewhat explains the quality of these games. And this is the last one. There's some... So this was number 25. At this point I ran out of steam. So I just said, okay, this one has 75 levels and it's 75 games. So our goal is to reach level 29 here, actually reach level 30. And at that point, by the metric of this game, we will have played 100 games. If I can get to it. There we go. We have survived the Spin Spinner dimension. That was rough. And that's all the games I have for you, except I lied. You know WarioWare DIY? It's a game that lets you make games. And you know what I did? I made some games in this thing. Look at all these games I made. I made 36 games in this thing. So we're gonna play the shuffle and try to get 36 points. Which means we'll play all the games that I made in this once, and I will try to very quickly explain each of these games. Connect the dots. You gotta connect the dots, except it doesn't actually draw a line. Who needs a line when you're connecting dots? This is based on taco salad. This is a free game. Oh, you don't have to do anything, you just win. There are 2 of those. It's a golf game, you have to touch the golf ball until it goes in the hole. Bread. That's bread. I can be any one of those four. You never know what it's gonna be. Touch the bowling ball and you win. So here this ball just spins around completely randomly and you have to tap maniacally until you manage to stop it. Here you have to hit go, but you have to hit it quickly or else Norman or Normobile will not go in time. Six times 8 is 48. This is probably the worst game I ever made in here. You have to tap this ball, it just goes in a random direction, and you have to keep tapping it until it goes into the water. Sometimes it'll just go off screen and there's nothing you can do about it. Here's the other free game. This is based off of Normberry Hunt from the Atari 2600. April Fools, you gotta get the tree! Haha, got him. Man, WarioWare DIY was cool. It's 19. You actually have to tap on one of the red pixels there. If you don't, it will just not count. That's the improved version of that game. You'll see the unimproved version at some point. Ah, too late. That's the real Shell logo. Trademark. Tap on the tiny pixel. Put the wedding topper on the cake. Crash the car. That's one of my favorites. It's also one of the first ones I made. Hey, what if you didn't get to see where the ball was going? You were supposed to guess what car manufacturers make those models, but it's always those same three. That one's hard. We might actually lose here, which would not be good. That's a tough one. We're lucky. Make Honey land on the goal. Look, he even added birds to that one. Gotta tap when the arrow is on yes, otherwise if you tap it when it's on no, you lose. And there we go. That is all the games that I made in WarioWare DIY. And with that, we can actually stop the timer. We should make a WarioWare DIY game jam. That would be fun. So that is basically every game I ever made before I made Taco Tom 2. Which we speedran in just under 2 hours. I might omit a section of games or two from the submission, in which case I will make that clear in the submission itself. Like I said before, I knew this was going to be a little bit rough. Definitely, it'll be cleaned up a little bit. It'll be all the little issues we had throughout will be ironed out before the actual big Bad Game-A-Thon run, if this gets accepted. Just didn't have a whole lot of time to iron those out. Spent an awful lot of time actually figuring out exactly what games to put on here, in what order to play them, and whatnot. I have all the UPA stuffed animals still, actually. I love those guys. I have a ton of fond memories with them. It'd be hard for me to part with any of them. So that is that. Do I have comics that I made here? I should. Yeah, I made some comics. Check those out real quick. Weather. Honey looks at the weather. The UPA. Brr. Weird. Oh, it's snowing when it's sunny. Free car. Free donuts only. UFO Mach 2. I'm in my UFO Mach 2. Ignition on. Boom. Putting the self-destruct button next to the ignition was a bad idea. Probably was. Bar joke. Used car. I had to draw it as it was in the shop because of a major flood. Only $5,500. I mean, that might be a good deal these days. $15 in the corner pocket. Smiley face. Last comic. Fishy and the pepperoni pizza. Oh, that's probably one of the weaker ones. Well, anyhow, that is all I have for this stream. If it wasn't so late, I would have maybe done the rest of the retro achievements hardcore stuff. I will save that for another stream. Thank you all for watching tonight. I must close out of WarioWare so that I can... Oops. So that I can find someone to raid. If there is anyone alive at this hour, there are some people alive. Sure, why not? I'm gonna raid you over. Let me at least have something to look at here. why not? Why not play the music? Why not? I'm gonna read you all over to a streamer known as Teddy Rass, who you might know as the guy who speedran Salamander County at AGDQ. Let's load my dashboard so I can do it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking around. Feel free to follow if you like the stream, etc., etc. Raid. Teddy Raff. So yeah, I don't know when I will stream next. Probably not tomorrow, probably not Wednesday. Maybe Thursday, who knows? I don't know. But it will be soon. It will not be like almost a year, I promise. I'm gonna get back on that semi-regular stream grind, I think. I think I'm gonna do it for real this time. And if I don't, I'm sorry. But anyhow, I'm gonna hit the raid now button. Hope you stick around or don't. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying words. You know you can say words out of your mouth. Anyhow, I'm gonna do that now. See y'all later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.